A girl, simply because her body developed a bit earlier than her classmates, became a target for the principal. It started with subtle hints, asking if she had forgotten her jacket. When she seemed confused, he commented that her shirt straps were too thin, even though the girls around her were dressed nearly identically. As she continued to fail to grasp his implied criticism, the principal finally used the excuse that her clothing was too revealing to send her home from school. Meanwhile, boys wearing tank tops were allowed to stay in class without issue. This blatant discrimination felt deeply insulting to many female students. But what was even harder to accept was the school's culture that allowed boys to freely comment on and even rate girls' bodies based on their appearance. Every year, a boy named Jake led the effort to compile a formal list ranking the girls. When it was published, girls with more developed figures could only endure the leering stares and awkwardly try to cover themselves. The verbal harassment alone wasn't enough for Jake. When a new transfer student, Lisa, caught his eye, he confidently approached her, expecting no one could resist his charm. He was met with a look of pure disgust and a firm rejection. Humiliated, he snatched Lisa's drink and publicly poured it over her to make a spectacle of her. Unable to bear the harassment and threats, Lisa went to the principal's office, seeking justice. To her shock, the principal was an old-fashioned traditionalist. After hearing her complaint, he not only refused to intervene, but scolded Lisa for being overly sensitive. Realizing the principal intended to protect the boys, Lisa left the office in despair. Just then, a quiet girl named Vivian stopped her. Vivian confessed she also despised Jake's behavior, but being introverted, had never dared to confront him. She privately advised Lisa to keep her head down to get through high school peacefully. Lisa appreciated the concern, but stubborn by nature, had no intention of backing down. Emboldened by Lisa's failed attempt to report him, Jake grew even more brazen. In the following days, he went out of his way to make trouble for her, spreading rumors that painted her as shameless. Reading the vile, nauseating insults filling her messages, Lisa gathered the evidence and went back to the principal. Once again, she was met with disappointment. It was clear the principal did not care. Even when a student was hit right in front of him, he would conveniently turn a blind eye. This time, even Vivian, who always believed in staying under the radar, couldn't escape Jake's cruelty. He and his friends mocked her, calling her a coward. That single word ignited a fury Vivian had suppressed for years. Returning home, she pulled out the collection of feminist magazines she had gathered over the years. Inspired by the voices within them, she created her own publication, modeled after their style. She secretly made 50 copies and placed them on the windowsill in the girls' bathroom, hoping to find others who felt the same simmering anger.